You're now listening to Northview Royals.
3, 2, 1.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Here we go. Oh, disabled Dessy strikes again, eh?
Nah, it's not too bad. I didn't fracture anything, but they just put a cast on it for a couple of days to let it heal and whatnot.
So you got cleared of a break?
Yeah, I did a X-ray and whatnot. Yeah, there was no fractures. But that's
And how did you manage to do that?
I just was running, and then I did like an offload, and then as I've sort of like thrown the ball, I was getting tacked around the waist, and as I've landed on my hands, someone's just like so happened to be running as well, and it was kind of like like it was perfectly timed, but I don't think it was very intentional or anything like that, but fuck, it hurt.
I was running.
Yeah. And then
What?
I had to get a big ass fucking needle, and they're like, "Oh, we'll give you some anti-inflammatory and some pain relief and all that." I said, "Yeah, cool, righto." And she's like, "Oh, do you want a needle or do you want just like a tablet? But the needle works better." Fuck, mate, give me the needle. Yeah, I don't give a shit. All good. All right, give us your ass. I was like, "What?"
Hey, pull your pants down, brother. Touch your toes real quick.
Anyway, she's talking about this will hurt. Boom! I was like, "Oh, fuck!" And then did it. I was like, "Oh, yeah, that sucked. That hurt." And Hales was sitting there with me. She looked at me. She was like, "It was like it's fucking long." I was like, "Oh, yep." And then as I'm driving home, I'm like, so yeah, it was a good time. It's been a good couple of hours.
You get that, well, I've always got that my entire life. Like any time I've had to get a needle or a blood test or something, their immediate reaction is like, "Oh, you're covered in tattoos. You'll be fine with needles." It's like, hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on, Dr. Dickhead.
There's a big difference.
They do two very different things. Let's just clarify. So, I'm gonna bring this up, showing as much remorse as I possibly can.
Okay.
To all the viewers and listeners, we fucking told you so.
Who?
Everyone. We told everyone.
Who? We or you?
Both of us.
Oh.
We had a conversation. It was either the last episode or the episode before that involved these hand gestures. Bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. In regards to the royal family.
I got a question for you on that. All right. I actually was listening to some of the stuff they were saying, and about how the king and queen met. All right, and I want it's a different time.
Wait, I think I heard a little bit about this. Are you going to ask something about the age?
That's yeah. That's
So I sort of heard it in passing this morning when I was having breakfast before I switched it over to watch something else. I could be wrong. What I heard was when they first met, she was 8 and he was 14.
I don't believe that's true. That would be incredibly bad. I mean, it's not any better than that, but it's...
No. I don't mean the first time they got together. The first time they met.
No.
And
he was... I think he was like 16 or something, and she was 13. Still, not a good look. And, okay, he joins the army at 18, goes to the Second World War. Hey, incredible war hero. Right. But in that time, he was sending letters back to a 14-year-old? Or do you think he was just like, I'm going to be queen consort one day?
What I think is life caught up to the dirty dog, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, hey, you can only play roulette for so long, brother.
99, but good innings.
But
again, my wife's granddad is about to turn... he's just turned 101. Seen a lot, done a lot. But Prince Philip's 99 years? there's some good years in that.
He's seen some things.
Just the holidays.
I saw someone made a picture today. Like, it's incredibly. Look, rest in peace. Just like anyone, everyone dies. That's the reality of it.
Was it
you make it a 99?
Was it bots?
No. Oh, I don't know. I don't remember who posted it. I just laughed. But it was a picture of an English batsman diving for the crease, but the ball hitting the wicket, and they cropped Phillip's head onto the batsman.
Out for 99.
And it's like he's 99 out. Oh no.
People are too quick, man, with this shit. Eh?
Yeah, they had that. They knew it was coming. They've had that waiting for a couple years. But this is the thing that confuses me a bit. Is that when so I feel like it's a bit different, right? If there's like, say a musician. Say you've got you've got a favorite musician. Okay, obviously their music and their songs have a very big impact on your life at different times.
Yep.
So my question would be, when say if a musician dies, that you listen to their music and stuff like that, you could understand when people are upset.
Yep.
Because that person has in one way or another impacted your life. What I don't understand is all these. There's people in Australia and stuff like that who are physically upset and crying over the fact that Phillip has died. But my question would be, what impact has this guy had on what immediate impact has this guy had in your life for you to be so upset about it and overwhelmed?
Devil's advocate. He has done a lot of like programs of himself, like under his own title. I know what you mean. Like he's not the king. He's the Queen's consort, and he's given all these things. But like, I mean, I think about this a lot too. Like, people expect, like, they want history to be have changed, like, but it fucking happened. Like, I'm not saying it's always right, but you can't just wipe it. Like,
yeah,
like people, like, there's a lot of people, like I've got a grandfather who went to war, and like, do you think they wanted to do it? Like, not many of them, especially at young ages, wanted to do it, but they felt like they had to. So to be like, oh, it was wrong. Yeah, of course it was fucking wrong. But like, you can't just change it. You can't just like.
Well, some countries they had to. Some countries they didn't have a choice but to go to war and stuff like that.
Same way, like people go like people flee, like people fled Nazi Germany. Like my opa come over here after the war. Like, can you imagine fucking how the war was, like, being over there for that? But like, it's the same, like people saying like, oh, we shouldn't have refugees and stuff. If you're in fucking war-torn Syria and you've got kids and you're in a fucking mud brick fucking house that's getting bombed, I'm probably going to try and leave.
Yeah, especially the war thing. It's a difference of point of view, right? Because there's a lot of people that sat at home when the wars happened, or even now, and they go, well, that's terrible. They went and killed all these people. I guarantee you the guys and men and female that were over there fighting weren't thinking, oh my God, I've got to kill these people. They're thinking, I'm doing this to keep my country safe. You know what I mean?
I don't even think they're thinking that. I think they're thinking day to day, please don't get shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean. Like, it probably doesn't, especially because we're at the tail end of it. We're at the last 30 years of his life where, yeah, right, he's probably doing fuck all. But before then, and like during the fucking Second World War, like, I mean, he was there, he commanded shit, so I can see why people would, especially if they had relatives that were over in England at the time. You just don't know.
I guess the reality of the world that we live in is that people get emotional about watching the fucking Kardashians live their life. So you could probably forgive people for being upset when Prince Philip died.
Man, do you know, I watched on the break, have you seen that Seaspiracy?
I watched it last night.
Oh, you want to talk about people doing the wrong thing?
Yeah, but hear me out. I'm going to keep eating fish.
Yeah, okay, fair. I enjoy fish as well too. But what was it? Killing the dolphin? So you think that was
very wrong? When they're killing for, like, when they're killing when you kill for food, it's different.
Well, so
when
they go to like, was it Finland or Norway or whatever it is, and they once a year or once every 2 years they kill those whales for food, and you hear the guy talk about it. He goes, "Well, it's for a reason. It's not for not for capitalism. Let's make money. We need food." Like,
whereas the dolphin scenario, they were killing them because they were a predator in the food chain,
so they could get tuna.
Yeah, that's fucking wrong. But see, this is my only gripe with those sort of things. I'm surprised I even gave it the time to watch it because it's no different to the Game Changers documentary. Mm-hmm. They only show one side of the story.
Yeah, true.
Like, the reality is that, yes, don't get me wrong, the commercial fishing industry has blown well out of proportion. Mm. But, like, they only show the negative side of it to try. It was no different when the Game Changers documentary came out. Fucking 50% of the population suddenly go, well, fuck, we're not gonna eat meat anymore. 45% of those 50% are now back eating meat.
Oh yeah. Half of them went, I'm gonna do it for a week.
100%. It's gonna be the same thing. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. It's terrible when you take like layers out of the ecosystem. There's a right way and a wrong way to do it, and that's when I think they were talking. I don't know if he was like this from Switzerland or something, or maybe it was the Norway, their highest guy. They were talking to him in the cabinet.
Oh yeah.
And he goes, not eating fish is not an option. We just have to be better at policing it. And I was like, yeah, I couldn't agree more. But watch all the do-gooders come out. Oh my God, you're eating fish. You know, haven't you seen the documentary? Like, fuck off. How's that sound?
I'm still going to eat fish. I'd prefer to try and catch the fish, though. That'd be nice.
We're literally going on a fishing trip in 3 weeks. What are we going to catch? Oh, my God.
We'll be fishing. Don't worry about that.
Oh, we will be fishing.
But that's sustainable living, brother.
For consumption. And if they're not of legal size, we will probably eat them too. There was one thing we forgot to talk about on the last episode, and it sort of rolled through. We put the poll up about the Bachelorette stitch up.
Oh, yeah.
About whether I should if I should pursue the Bachelorette or another dating show.
Yep.
Just to clarify for the listeners and viewers, 91% voted for me to ride that gravy train, baby, and take it all the way to the station.
So what do you want, the login details so you can finish your application, or just?
Well, I think the applications.
Just ring up old love.
Yeah, just call her back on her personal. I think the applications for the Bachelorette might be over, but I did see Love Island Australia has opened applications for casting.
Yeah. So is that like a? Aren't they all like they're meant to be like ex-Bachelorette people? Isn't it normally?
Oh, sorry. What did I call it? Love Island. No. So there's Bachelor in Paradise. Love Island is just new people that want to be influencers, really.
Yeah. And you would like to be an influencer?
I tried to fucking pitch this whiskey brand the other night and got absolutely flat battered. I got nothing in response, but there's actually a really funny story. I'm not sure if I've spoken about it as to why I've got hold of this whiskey. It's called Starwood. It's made in Australia in Melbourne. Mm-hmm. So I went down for a work trip to Melbourne probably, I don't know, maybe 6 weeks ago.
Yep.
Just before their last lockdown. And I'm not going to say where I stayed because I will probably stay there again on the next work trip. But it's a real...
The beat.
The equivalent of. It's a real sort of... Have you seen Altered Carbon?
No.
It's a real sort of like strange vibe for a hotel, like very dim.
I know about strange vibes in places.
Very dim lights, scented candles burning in reception. Everyone that works there knows each other and stuff. Amazing place, but really, really good place. Anyway, like I said, I was down there with...
Now, do they knock on your door at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m.?
Let me get to that part of the story. Rightio. Strap yourselves in. So we went down. It was, I think, the second night. But see, when we checked in, I'll try and keep it as fast as possible. When we checked in, the guy at reception wasn't there. So there was a girl at the bar. And she's like, look, he's upstairs tending to an issue. He won't be back for like 10, 15 minutes. Can I get you a drink?
Yep.
first time we declined because we were like, nah, we got fucking meetings and shit to do. Second time we're like, nah, fuck it, we're waiting here, give us a drink. So I got a whiskey, which turned out to be this, and the lad I was with got a pint of whatever. Anyway, we banged them down, went up. Next night we went and had dinner in the restaurant downstairs where the bar was. The young girl that worked there, like, lovely. Everyone obviously knew her. She'd been there for ages, real friendly, had a laugh with us and stuff like that. As dinner was coming to an end, the elevators open, which I could see, but my work colleague had his back to. And a guy's presented himself that looked like... I'm going to say he was dressed like Elton John in his prime, and that's not an exaggeration. He had one of those see-through black mesh long sleeve button, but with gold, sparkly, filigree stuff on it. Hanging earrings and all sorts of shit. Not a cross-dresser, but, very, very... Anyway.
Very gay is what you wanted to say.
Yeah. So, the story...
I'm sure he's a good guy, though. I'm saying that.
The story obviously confirmed this. Anyway, so he's come down. He had like a bag in his hand, and him and the girl behind the bar were obviously very close friends. So they were talking, and she's like, "Oh my God, how'd you go last night?" And he goes, "Oh, it started off nice and quiet, then it got fucking crazy. There were shots and sex toys and dildos flying everywhere. Me trying to stay stone-faced while eating my dinner. My colleague has lost control." Like a child in school. And I was like kicking him under the table because they could see me. They couldn't see him. Anyway, the story's gone on. He had to shoot off again for work. He's handed her a bag, sort of like a grocery bag, and shoot it off. She's come back over to get us dessert or whatever. We've lost it, uncontrolled. And she goes, "Could you hear that conversation?" I was like, I reckon fucking everyone in the surrounding suburbs could hear that conversation. I was like, who the fuck's that guy? Turns out he lives there, and he's a real high-end adult film producer. So he was at a closing cut party the night before, right? Cool. What did he give you, if we don't mind asking? Oh, it's a bag of sex toys. So we finished up, anyway, went to bed.
And used them on each other?
So 2 bedrooms, 1 apartment, okay? It got to about 10, because it was daylight savings, we were sort of up a bit later. I think it was 10:45, right?
Yep.
We were both in bed, all the lights are off. You know when you stay in a hotel, when they close, they've got that real distinct sound because it's got that swipe card lock on it? Bang. And I've gone, what the fuck? Like, why is this coming up at this time? So then I the door, and then I heard my name, like someone's going, "Cam." And I was like, what the fuck's this come on? So I got up, opened the door. His door's closed, lights off. All the lights are off in the fucking thing. I've gone, fuck this, gone back to bed. Woke up in the morning, and I was like, why the fuck were you walking around at 11 o'clock last night? He goes, mate, I hit the pillow at 9 when we got back from the restaurant, and I didn't wake up until just then. I swear on my life that someone entered our room at 11 o'clock at night and said, Cam.
Oh, God. And you're just thinking there's a fucking old mate sitting there with a Coles carry bag with fucking... I'm the masseuse.
So yeah, anyway, that's my story. So Starwood, if you want to reach out.
It's a good drop. I've had that before. It's nice.
They've got a couple of new ones now. I'm pretty sure you can buy like an old fashioned premix.
Yep.
Premix.
Yep.
But yeah, what else do you know?
That
was my latest near gay experience. So.
One of many. Fuck man, this whole you're talking about the Jake Paul and fucking Ben Askren shit. There's been so many like YouTube and boxing and all that sort of stuff. I was scrolling through on Instagram the other day, and I don't know what it just popped up. Like if you go to the explore page, that bigger one that's always usually a video playing. And it was it was a MMA fight. And it was like a 2-versus-1 MMA fight, but the two were dressed up as Batman and Robin, and the other guy was Spider-Man, but it's bare knuckle in a ring. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Ding. And,
I think that might have been the adult film that old mate was filming that night.
and there's you in the back with your bag. No, and they're full on like it's 2-on-1 fighting and shit. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Anyway, I was like, oh yes, let's scroll, and I seen it was like some Polish mob. They just fucking go fucking nuts over there. And there was another one called Fame MMA, and I was like, what the fuck? So I went onto it and I had a look, and when I say it is just dime after dime after dime, fucking the dudes are dimes, the chicks are dimes, just fucking Polish celebrity influencers punching each other.
But fighters or just influencers?
Just influencers. And it's like, it's Fame MMA, and if you go check it out, it's fucking, I was like, what the, chicks, dime. Next chick fighting another chick, dime. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Just bodied up, ready to throw. Can they throw hands?
Yeah, they're fucking full punching, like full MMA proper. But it's just, it's its own organisation. So rather than doing like an MMA guy versus a YouTuber, it's just influencers punching on with each other. And it's huge.
What the fuck? I need to get onto that shit.
I need to clarify. Dime. After dime.
Like thotties with the bodies.
Like this, just like this. Just look.
Just baddies. Ready to...
Just Polish baddies. And they haven't had them since World War II, brother.
Oh, my God. I'm going to get onto that shit. But,
Another thing I was looking at on the internet, man. So funny thing, like, I don't know if you know this, and this will actually be a nice little good thing for you to know. That
yes, midgets do have sex.
No, we obviously we have like an email for our podcast and stuff, and we use it to upload shit and all that. The funny thing is, I don't know if you know this, Cameron, but if you're searching something on Google, and then I go to Google and go to write something, it gives me the history of what you've been searching. Now, I'm just going to rack through a couple of things here.
No. See, like,
no, it's fine. It's fine. Just listen. It's fine. So, I seen that you're looking on YouTube for a new Audi. You having a look at some Audis? Couple of reviews? Confirm or deny?
Confirm.
Okay, cool. There was definitely a lot of Clubhouse stuff, how to get entry Clubhouse, blah, blah, blah. Confirm or deny?
Confirm.
There was mortgage repayment costs, which I thought was a good one. Like, you're looking at mortgages, see, cool. How to naturally enlarge penis, was that, you definitely was. And the last one, which I thought was surprising, how to undo adult circumcision. So maybe turn private browser on, brother, if you don't want me to see it.
Oh, fuck.
Brother, there's levels to this.
That's not bad from you, to be honest. Oh, great. Really good stuff, Yeah, so mortgage repayments and Audis, man. That's my life at the moment. Along with a few other things in the pipeline. But yeah, anyway, outside of my web browser history, things are starting to normalise again a little bit.
What makes me wonder, though, is that's the stuff you didn't think to hide. Ooh, who knows what's on that dark web?
I don't hide many things. I don't hide many things, but
apparently,
maybe I should. But yeah, what I've noticed is
just so you know, I didn't actively search this. I just went to go onto our YouTube to like look at something, and as I went to Google, because I was in on the Gmail, I just like went into the thing and went to type YouTube, but then it was like the history come up, and I was like, oh well, backspace. Let me have a quick gander at this.
Mental. Yeah, very good. Anyway, I'm gonna go fucking hang myself. But yeah, I feel like things are starting to. When I say get back to normal, like no one really gives a fuck about the whole distancing shit anymore. But I feel like, and this has happened more than once, by people not interacting as much and not being in busy places because of COVID, I feel like people have really fucking dropped the ball on just like general sort of understanding of space and like common. It's not even courtesy because they're not really purposely being rude. But I even noticed today, and it's happened that much, is like there'll be families in the shopping centre, you know, like a mum and dad and 3 kids or whatever, but they walk like they're setting a defensive line to fucking make tackles.
Do they walk like when they're looking for a dead body in the scrub?
But it's torture.
Like kicking the grass like no one's missing anything here.
And then the youngest cunt always has to fucking stop to tie his shoes, or he fucking touches something he shouldn't. So then the whole defensive line stops together because you're only as strong as the weakest link, all that sort of shit. But it even happened in the supermarket today where, again, space and shit. I reckon in every aisle, people, you know, like if you got a trolley, you're walking and you see something, so you stop, grab the thing. People were going in opposite directions, but stopping opposite each other, so that you couldn't fucking fit down the middle. So there was like a backlog in the aisles, or like people would lean down to grab something and push their trolley like sort of out on an angle, so they could reach down and grab it. And it's just like, what the fuck has happened? Like, this isn't the fucking Walking Dead. People exist still.
I'm gonna give you a tip: don't do groceries on a Sunday. It's a bad time.
Would you rather me sit at home and look up other interesting shit on Google and YouTube?
You know what? While you're at it, go onto fucking Coles and get them to home deliver your shit.
Yeah, that's maybe a really good point too.
My wife does that. It's fucking sick. Or just do like pickup and you park in the car park and they just bring it out to you. It's so good.
Yeah, that's not a bad shout either, actually. I don't know. I'm one of those people that never does like a big shop. I'll go every day and just get like what I need, which is really fucking annoying because I hate being around people.
But you spend way more too.
Yeah, because you just, I'm going to buy this chocky bar, or I'm going to buy
just
this.
Constant. Just constantly going there. You always get something extra that you probably didn't need.
And there's always a sale, like KY jelly, 2 for $1. Hell yeah!
Coles branded cock pumps. Oh, well, fuck, well, I'm here.
What I did was...
Yeah.
This is not on the Coles thing anymore.
Okay.
When I was actually probably doing somewhat what you're doing, looking at the Prince Philip thing, just to get some fucking context about anything that is going on in the world. I did notice, but that they did a poll and 46% of people said that they would vote The Rock to be the next president.
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
Which I'm smelling what The Rock's cooking, if you ask me.
I mean, he's better than who they got, but, I mean, it's still...
He would be very...
Question. Segue off that. If Australia had the same system where if you had the money, you could run... What celebrity would you want to go for Australian Prime Minister? Mine?
I mean,
Carl Stefanovic.
I mean, we're relatively short on options. Like, who have you got that's a big time celebrity? I agree, Carl.
Reason why Carl. One, he's a larrikin. He's fucking. He's not afraid to say what he wants, and he's gotten in trouble and owned it and shit. But he still has a base of politics because he talks to politicians and he asks them questions. Whereas The Rock, like, what do you have that translates to being a politician? Other than being a good businessman and stuff, that's fine. But I mean,
I think what you probably find is and that's where like people, you can hate Trump as much as you want, but he's a fucking phenomenal businessman. What you find with The Rock is that he was probably just surrounded by really smart business people, but they would bring him in to play the humanitarian card to bring the people together. You know what I mean?
Fuck that. I want The Rock coming in, punching cunts in the throat. Just
rock bottom. Like, who the fuck's this guy over here? Rock bottom.
I want him. First time he sees the Japanese fucking Prime Minister, how about these Dolphins now? Just fucking soots him. Okay, that's if you're gonna be the Rock and president, you got to do that. That'd be the first thing I would, like, just up on the podium. Just I've not seen 12 years of action movies from The Rock for him to be like, we just need to love each other.
I didn't see The Rock play a guy with a prosthetic leg jump from a crane to a fucking skyscraper, not to punch some motherfucker in the face in the White House.
He didn't flip a truck in Hobbs and Shaw while wearing the skirt and the traditional Samoan gear to not hack a motherfucker in the White House.
There was no need for The Rock to play a man with a prosthetic leg. There is plenty of stuntmen and actors with prosthetic legs that could have played that role themselves.
There's a lot of roles that The Rock didn't need to do, but he did them. But what is your favorite Rock movie though? I've got one for you, and it's not what you think it is.
I've got probably from the top of my head probably two that I would probably watch again.
Yep.
One is it Central Intelligence with Kevin Hart?
Yep.
And the other one is like way back in the start, and it's got Sean William Scott in it. Is it Welcome to the Jungle?
Yeah, that's a good one. So I got two as well. The first one is same time as Welcome to the Jungle. It was one of his, I think it might have been the second one or something after Scorpion King. It was called Be Cool, and it's a sequel to Get Shorty, which is like John Travolta and all that. And he plays this big bodyguard dude who ends up being gay, and it's so funny. Like he does it so well. And the other one is Pain and Gain. He's fucking good in Pain and
Gain. How could I forget Pain and Gain?
Pain and Gain. What a banger.
Just Mark Wahlberg bodied up with no fucking t-shirt on for 2.5 hours.
I want to be big!
Sign me out.
I want to be big! Fuck!
But yeah, when I was going through like looking at the Philip stuff, I actually came across two news stories that happened in the previous week, and I'm going to read them to you. Mm-hmm. And I just want to get your open opinion as to what's happened here.
Copy.
Okay.
Yep.
So the first one.
Just please keep in mind I'm on medication.
So this is pretty much going to read word for word what it said. Okay. Mm-hmm. 41-year-old choked to death during an amateur taco eating contest at a minor league baseball game. Son is now suing, saying they weren't aware of the risks.
Okay. I've got...
In what world?
They ain't winning that. And what state was it?
Ooh. Fuck, what was the team called? Come on. I read the thing. I'm going to say Louisiana.
There you go. That says them damn fucking Cajuns.
Oh, and this is recent. This is in the last couple of weeks. You don't see that on the fucking headlines. What you see is like Khloe Kardashian posting that she thinks people are being mean to her because an unedited picture got posted. Mm. What about this guy that fucking choked to death in an amateur taco eating contest? How is there an amateur taco eating contest? Is my first question.
Why?
Is there leagues to this?
Why are you not just pro?
Like, why is it not just the taco eating contest?
And what makes it? How many does it make amateur? Like, is it just five?
I don't know.
Is it just 5 tacos?
Like all skill levels are welcome. No. You've got to win the amateurs to go through to the pros. Second story.
So is it Louisiana? Is that where they're from?
I don't know. I can confirm I'm going to lock in Louisiana.
Okay.
How traumatic. Was that the halftime show at the minor league baseball game? Did they play on? I have so many questions that the news story didn't tell me.
They definitely would have played on. It's in the grandstand. Was it on the field?
No.
Yeah, fair enough.
Were they hard shell? Were they soft shell? You'd imagine if it choked, probably be soft shell.
No, see, I'd be the opposite. I thought it'd be a hard bit lodged in his throat. They fuck you up if you don't do it right.
Anyway, R.I.P. Yeah.
Right.
Second news story.
Mm-hmm.
Another death. Also funny circumstances. Filipino man died after being forced to do more than 300 squats for breaching lockdown. I'll carry on. Mr. Penredondo Well, he's Filipino, so I don't know why I said it with a Mexican accent.
What language do they speak in the Philippines, Cameron?
Indonesian.
I think it's Spanish.
Anyway, Mr. Penaredondo, who speaks Indonesian, was forced to do squats in sync with other offenders. If they broke sync, they had to restart.
Oh, wow. That's...
Here's what he was doing squats for. For breaking curfew and trying to buy water after 6 p.m.
Wow. It's like... See, that shit is like shit you do at like footy training. Like, if one of you fucking don't get your chest on the ground, we're starting again. Like, oh, come on, Greg. Get up, brother. But not getting constantly fucking having to do that sucks.
And now Mr. Kutut Panaredondo, RIP. He's up there eating tacos with the amateur guy.
Yeah. Look, I'd like to clarify that Filipinos don't speak Spanish. They speak Filipino.
No. Do they speak Filipino or do they speak Indonesian?
Filipino.
Which is Indonesian for Indonesian.
No, it's Filipino for Filipino.
Okay. You'll agree to disagree.
I'm looking at it, but it's a Filipino language.
Let me ask Mr. Penaredondo what he was speaking at the time.
You're not asking him shit because he died doing squats.
Yeah, I can't imagine he was any sort of fit. So yeah, that's my news share for this week.
I like it. What else is new with you?
I mean, I finally got around to watching Rocket Man. That was an experience.
So they talk about like how they did Bohemian Rhapsody and how they did Rocket Man, and for all the
was it the same people?
No, but just it was around the same time, and obviously a biographic fucking film and shit. They say for Freddie Mercury, like, they missed a lot of that sort of stuff that they obviously did in Rocket Man, like, which was more true to form, like how sexual Freddie Mercury was, and like, it was a big part of his life, and they tend to just sort of brush it. I don't know if it was on purpose or they just didn't. Like, it's a long movie as it is. I'm sure you can't fit everything, but I mean, the way things are going now, though, like, people would binge watch shit. Like, if you did break it up into two, or if you did it on a streaming service, like. Man, I watched the middle two Lord of the Rings the other day. Not even in order. I watched the third one, and then 2 nights later I was like, oh, I'll watch the second one. I haven't watched that in a while, but it's a 3-hour-long movie. But if you've got, you're just chilling out and shit, and you enjoy it, you do it. But if you miss shit out, like, that's pretty crucial in Freddie fucking Mercury. Like, I could give up an hour and a half of the Lord of the Rings walking. You got to put Freddie Mercury in some gangbangs, okay?
Because they definitely put that shit into Rocket Man.
With feathers.
Like, there was... I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Elton John. I know what Elton John's about, but Rocket Man definitely sat me back in my seat a little bit.
Did you do it? Oh, my God. Did you watch... did you watch it with anyone? Like, did your sister come over or something? You're just like, oh, my God, what are we watching?
No, I actually think I watched it on my own, naked. So,
and then I started googling things like how to naturally enlarge my penis.
I was literally just like sitting there, and I think it was like 20 minutes in. I was like, "My God, they're not pulling punches in this bad boy."
Did you look over at your dog and say, "I'm sorry, brother"?
I had to lock him outside. It was steaming up.
Jesus Christ!
But there's some real confronting scenes in that. Not even the sex scenes.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, there's like, as you like all the rock stars and shit, all the drug abuse and stuff like that.
Yep.
But there's just like this one scene, and he was fighting with his partner who was his manager as well.
Yep.
And pretty much kicked him out of the house, but he had already invited Elton's family and friends over without him knowing. So they pretty much had a house party, and Elton John locked himself in the room and was just drinking vodka and banging down whatever the fuck he took.
Dudes.
Yeah, just banging down vodka and dudes. And then
I'm sorry, did you say lewds or dudes? Both.
and then I can imagine this happened, otherwise they wouldn't have put it in there. So he's rolled down to the pool and walked onto the diving board or whatever, and then essentially he's just been like he is fucked out of his mind. Like, for my next trick, I'm gonna kill myself, and sunk to the bottom of the pool. And imagine like the water and the drugs, I'm pretty sure he died.
Yeah, right. Like inhaled a lot of water and shit.
Yeah, like I think it was like he sort of OD drowned sort of thing. Like that to fucking rush in the hospital and shit.
Yeah, right.
I was like, my God.
See, like there's a lot of stuff that they like. Obviously, they put that in, which is a good thing that they put it in shit. But I watched, and you would have too, like the Dirt, the Motley Crue one. If you've read the book, you know there's some heavy.
Oh fuck yeah!
Heavy shit, and I was like, I wonder if they're gonna put it in. I was like the scene, the story about how Nicky's in the closet with a chick, and then he goes out. Tommy goes in. Like, obviously, it's pretty frowned upon now, but it happened. Same with when they went to the beach house, and there was the chick on the swing and the round table of dudes. Like, that shit that happened, you'd think it would be in there for like a pretty big debauchery sort of fucking movie, and they had to pick and choose what they leave out and stuff.
And see, that's what I thought. I thought when I watched the first time, I thought the opening scene was going to be. I'm pretty sure it's in the book, or maybe it's in like the Heroin Diaries or something, where I think it was Nicky and someone. Maybe it was Nicky and Tommy Lee, and there was all the girls down on their hands and knees with like lines across their lower back. And they would do a line and then fuck that chick for a bit, and then go to the next one, do a line, fuck that chick. They definitely didn't put that in the movie.
No, it didn't.
Yeah. Like that, I don't know. They must have ran out of film or something, you know.
Same thing though. It's going on a streaming service. Like, some executive dude was like, "Oh no, that's too much. Like, that's too much. That's too much." But Ozzy Osbourne snorting ants up off a piss ground isn't like.
Isn't the opening scene Tommy blowing rack up a chick's ass with a straw?
No, that's Wolf of Wall Street. Or it might be as well, but that's Wolf of Wall Street. Venice.
But that wasn't too much?
That one.
That is Leo's greatest performance of all time. I'm not fucking leaving!
Doesn't win an Oscar for that, but then wins it for The Revenant. That was a... Sorry.
Look, we had to preserve our appearance. We couldn't give you one for the Wolf of fucking Wall Street.
Who do you lose out to? I want to. Who do you think? What was the movie at the time? Because that movie
wasn't it like a Nuffy film?
Who did Leo lose?
Or was it like a Matthew McConaughey or something?
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. 2016. It was. He. That's what I mean. Like, he won it for The Revenant. But yeah, I couldn't fucking believe it. So he's lost to some movies, man. Listen to this. So he was nominated for The Aviator, lost it to Jamie Foxx for Ray. Was nominated for Blood Diamond. Yep, lost to Forrest Whitaker for the last
robbery.
For the last
daylight fucking robbery.
Wolf of Wall Street lost to Matthew McConaughey for Dallas Buyers Club.
Oh, that's a tough call.
That's tough.
Because let me tell you, McConaughey pulled out the stops for that movie.
Yeah.
That's not only McConaughey's best movie. That's potentially one of the greatest acting roles of all time.
That's tough.
Him and Jared Leto as a duo in that movie. There's not many better.
This is a fucking good movie. This is a real good movie.
Fuck, that's unlucky. See if you're like Wolf of Wall Street and you got wind that they were making that. You're like, tell you what, boys, we're gonna keep this on in the back pocket till next year.
You'd think they would have done that, but obviously, I think that Dallas Buyers Club was like an indie sort of movie, and like they just filmed it in like 30 days. Like, it was like a real short production.
Yeah,
just filmed it. Everybody got paid fuck all because it was like a passion project. And then they sent it to like Sundance. Now, they knew that they were making The Wolf of Wall Street for a long time. Like, everybody knew that movie. So they wouldn't know, but you'd think like the people who made Dallas Buyers Club knew what they were going up against, and they knew from the start, this is a good movie. We gotcha.
But yeah, and it's sort of weird, I guess. Like when you look at it that way, it's they definitely weren't. They definitely can't preserve their appearance because look at the context of both the movies. They're both very outside of the mainstream realm. You know what I mean? It's not like Wolf of Wall Street's a little bit on the fence, so we went with this one. Dallas Buyers Club's probably even more confronting.
Man, I just realised he didn't even get nominated for Inception. Inception is such a good movie.
Mm.
That really ticks me off. Leo.
Do you reckon like
Leo?
What's he done since? Was Gatsby before or after Wall Street?
Before. Still didn't get nominated for that.
What about Django?
Didn't get nominated for that because he was only a supporting actor, I guess.
My God.
My God.
Mate, he's fucked someone's wife.
Whoa.
I'm putting it out there because they do not like Leo.
He would have been fucking some supermodel who used to be with like Harvey Weinstein. He's like, you fucking cunt.
Mate, he should be immortalized, Leo.
I was gonna say what, Harvey Weinstein? I don't think so, bro.
Right, so who would be, in your opinion, the greatest actor of our generation?
Oh.
So you probably got Leo, McConaughey, maybe Tom Hardy's in the conversation.
For you, yeah.
Marky Mark,
yeah. Look, if you're talking like, you'll appreciate this one, and if you do a bit of a deep dive of what the person's done, movie wise, I'd say Cillian Murphy has done some fucking movies, man. Yep.
I've got a question.
Mr. White.
Who the fuck is Cillian Murphy?
Oh, I'm glad you fucking bring that up.
Wait, is that Peaky Blinders? Got ya.
He's in 28 Days, like like the zombie movie, the Danny Boyle's huge movie. He's in Inception. He's in Dunkirk. He's in.
Wasn't he in the first the Dark Knight?
He was in all three. He's the Scarecrow.
Yeah.
He has done some movies and Peaky Blinders, so I'm going to throw him up there. I reckon he's fucking.
That's fair. Who do you like if they had to? Hey! We're forgetting about the fucking.
Fuck no! Fuck The Rock. That was the worst eye I've ever seen. You look like you were having a stroke. You look like you've had a stroke. Like you got Bell's palsy in the face.
That's the people's eyebrow, brother. That's what that is.
No, I think he had a few too many Terramana tequilas and was just like, fuck, that's too funny.
I mean, he was Maui in that movie that everyone talks about that I've never seen.
You mean the kids movie? Look, I'm putting a ban on you knowing anything about kids movies. You don't have fucking kids. You don't have nieces or nephews. It's fucking weird, and I don't like it.
All I can say is that you're welcome.
You bring it up the other week about fucking Elsa and Frozen and shit. You should know what that is.
What about Despicable Me?
No, they're children's movies. You're not a children, nor have any relationships to children.
You're not a children.
Yeah, good.
You are not a children.
Fucking doorman. Look at doorman.
With your clipboard and your faggy white gloves. See, you can't say shit like that in movies anymore.
Was the other day, fucking Mrs. was like flicking through like something to watch or something, and like Mean Girls was there. I was like, oh, yeah, I watch Mean Girls. And you go, what's she go? Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, my sister's son Anthony, blah blah. Anthony did this. Not as much as I'm pissed off that she named her faggot son Anthony. I was like, you can't say that anymore.
Mate, I reckon probably the last few movies that got away with some real borderline shit, because I sort of rewatched some of it the other day, was 21 Jump Street. And like those, because, mate, Cube in that movie goes hard.
Oh, yeah.
Well, sure as hell talking to you, big titties, you cherub-looking motherfucker. You can't. You just can't do that anymore.
That is very autistic. Thank you. It is very autistic.
Who the fuck did this? Were they autistic? Yes, it is very autistic, Captain.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. There's so much shit like, and if people are gonna go like canceling people for things, and they're gonna go like,
Oh, bro.
that's so much of that shit. I think Jonah Hill was making a movie, and it was called Mid-90s, and it's about like, you know, kids as 90s and shit. And he had a scene where one of the kids called one of them a faggot, and he said to the producer like, "Oh, I should probably take it out." And he goes, "Would you have said it when you were in that age? Like, would you have said that? Something you and your friends at the time, would you have said it?" He goes, "Yes." The same thing. Why are you changing history? Like, you said it then.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not a good thing, and it's not acceptable. Like, cool. But it still happened. If you're going to stay true to something, then that's what it was.
Yeah,
Same with fucking Australian white people were fucking racist in the 50s. Like, they were. Like, you watch the movie Australia, like Hugh Jackman and shit. There's people in the pub that were like that to Aboriginals. Like, you're not going to be like, oh yeah, everybody was just allowed in. Because it's not true. Like, you can't just change it.
I think that's why, like, Django was so divided as a movie, because, like, they were like, fuck that. We're going to tell it how it was. We're not going to sugarcoat this shit. There was another one,
with that, Leo was getting, I read a thing about it. It said he was getting real, like, in the scenes with him and Samuel Jackson, like, because he's constantly saying the N-word. And he's like, it's just too much. Samuel Jackson, motherfucker, keep doing the scene. It's like, yes, Mr. Samuel Jackson.
Well, I saw the other day, I don't know why, but I heard that Pepe Le Pew has been cancelled because he's too sexually,
promoting rape culture.
Yeah, but they also said that they were going to cancel Speedy Gonzalez. What happened was the people that were cancelling him weren't Hispanic. They're like, oh, this is insulting and stereotypical to Hispanic people. Hispanic people came out and was like, what the fuck are you doing? That's Speedy Gonzalez. So they uncancelled it. It's like, hang on, if you're not part of the fucking demographic that it's affecting, you can't make that decision. Shut the fuck up. Sit on your shelf.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's just fucking madness. So when does it end?
I mean, then it gets counted the other way, and then it it's a fucking nightmare. Just ELE. Everybody love everybody.
Yeah.
Jackie Moon.
All I can say is that you're welcome. And then I don't know the rest of it.
Is that another children's fucking song?
Something about trees and coconuts.
Just stop singing. You're not a children.
You are not a children.
Okay.
Is that us?
That's us. I'm going to go ice my balls and spit up blood.
What hand is that? Is that your left hand?
No, it's my... Yeah, it is my left hand. Sorry, yeah, it is. Yep.
Are you right-handed?
Brother, I already knocked one with the missus a little while ago. Just, keep it down.
Yeah, hey, just keep it down.
So, yeah.
Righto.
See.
We up.